Alright, and we're back. Welcome to some more Diablo 2. I'm trying to push out as much as I can of Act 1, or sorry, normal difficulty, because I don't want to, horse around. I want to get it done, man. So, what have we done? So we're still using this all-res thing. I don't remember if I got this on camera or not. Just a nice FCR, some cold res, stealth. Still using Death's Guard. I found an entropy loop ring. It's pretty good. Now this is actually really good. It's not the best gloves we can have, but it does give us some IAS. It also gives us better hit recovery, which is always nice this early in the game. And a very good life bonus. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. I also found this. So, I can see you going now, Seth. Didn't you say you weren't going to go with maces? I'm not. But 33% chance of crushing blow is solid. And look at that fucking fire res, dude. 50 on a mace. That's insane. And I just had these in case shit goes south, but you never know. They're not really useful. And this is pretty average, so we're up to level 23. I've kind of been a cheese bag and got Battle Cry because it's a lot easier to cast. I've broke a bit. So this is, like I'd say, all the time. If I was playing regular Diablo 2, this is what the stash would look like. Probably some P-Gems up to here, probably. That's about it. Ort Soul is what we need to make lore. So that's what I got this guy chilling for. I up-tiered all my runes and got that. Moved all the chips and stuff, so we got that. And I started organizing my uniques. So, don't look at this. This is a big mess. It's not important, so don't worry about it. So what are we going to do? We're going to get the beginning of Act 3 done. Because the faster I can get to Mephisto, the easier I can push through all the way into Nightmare. Because I am absolutely sick of fighting Canny of the Magi and really sick of fighting Andariel. I'm pretty done with it, so I've reached that point where I can't really make any use out of either of them either. The eye level is just not going to get that high, and I can't really, oh my god. Let's just try to take this a little slow. I think, okay, that's better than what I thought it was. I thought it was cursed. So, I really want to get into Act 3, because not only that, we get lower Kuros, we get, just really solid XP on the way to get to Mephisto, probably. And we should comfortably, I'm hoping, get some half-decent stuff from Mephisto. I should have enough stuff to kill him pretty easily. What do I really need right about now? I could really go for, some better boots. That's a pretty big one. I'd love to get another weapon that had Crushing Blow on it, because stacking Crushing Blow would be really sick right now. But sadly, I can't really do that yet. My resistances are actually pretty good. Fire is pretty much set for all the difficulty. I actually took out some of my charms. You guys probably didn't even notice that, but some of the charms I took in, moved around, got good shit going on there, so can't complain too much. Oh, hang on a second. Monster? Is that Monster? It's a monster. What do you want? Do you want in here? Okay. Are you gonna be weird? Okay, you're gonna be normal? Alright. I'll leave you alone. Here, you can come up here if you want. Yeah. Just don't shit on the floor. So, I'm alright with that. Okay, we have the semi-stray cat in the house now. I forgot she was even in here. I put her in a few minutes ago. So, yeah, she's gonna chill on the background probably. I was like, that's not Frampt, because Frampt has a very bitchy meow. She just has a very inquisitive meow. She's really quiet. So there's the spider cave. This is actually perfect. Alright. So yeah, we need some better walk speed would be great. As it stands, I really do not have the best movement speed right now I could have. I mean, Hotspur is great, but it's kind of not really necessary at this point because we already have. I'm just making sure she's not doing anything weird. She got really aggressive the other day, and I think it's because she was stressed and she bit me for like 2 minutes straight, and I had to like put a blanket over her and throw her outside. This is a few weeks ago, though. She just probably got overstimulated, we think. She's not rabid or anything, it's just a stress thing, we think. I love how I say this about everything and then it ended up being horrible with my cat, but I don't think it's anything bad. I think it's just she's an awkward cat. So, okay, let's see. There's Kalim's eye. We can put that in the front stash. I'm too damn lazy to throw this on the ground, but I'm also really lazy just to ID it, get it over with. Okay, so. Oh, damn, I don't have any of the waypoints. So we got first dungeon done. Now we got to get the flare dungeon, I'm pretty sure? Yeah. Wow, I'm really lazy. I didn't even get the waypoint. I just see it right now, too. I'm like, I didn't even get the waypoint for the damn thing the entire time I was over there. That is not even shocking. It really isn't. So, yeah, we're good on resistances. I think cold res is good. Lightning res could use some work, but, you know, that's the name of the game, motherfucker, so here we go. What I really need, though, is movement speed, because until we can start getting soft points into our movement speed, later, probably into Nightmare, I'm hoping I can start doing that pre-Nightmare, but, you know, there's not very many good items that drop in Nightmare, honestly. Or, sorry, in Normal. That's going to be a real challenge. So, good boots I really want. Travs are really good. If you don't know what that means War Travelers. Those are really good. Goblin Toe has got Crushing Blow. That's how I remember it. That's my mnemonic for it. Trying to think of other boots I could really go with. You know, if we're lucky, we should be able to get some cheesy Magic Find gear, but we're not worried about that right now. I don't usually start worrying about Magic Find till the end of Nightmare, because that's when you can actually kind of start doing it. But, like I was saying earlier, Barbarian can do Nightmare, or not Nightmare, but Magic Find pretty well. But, you know, it all just depends on what the game drops. So there is some things I have in mind. I would love to get, preferably, you know, I really would love to use Bone Snap. I have two on, I think Twix. I know I found one on Butterfinger for sure, but no twinking, not yet. Like I said, twinking, I'll allow twinking once we kill Hellbale. And before then, as tempting as it is to move runes over and just... No, we'll do it all from scratch, because like I said, this is untwinked. I promised you guys, you voted for it, I'm doing it. If you think it's bad. Like I said early on, this is a character I have no experience with. I just played shitty Whirlwind Barbarian, and I don't even think I did this back in the day, so believe me, I could tell you very little about what I'm doing. So, what we really, really need is to start stacking up, you know, our dexterity. I'm not really worried about health just yet, but dexterity, yeah, we need to get that up there too. So this is something that a lot of new players into Diablo 2 should realize is, oh yeah, melee characters are way harder to build than a caster. Casters can get through with pretty much nothing. And speaking of caster, we're actually one level away from finally unlocking the damn skill this build is based off of. So that's pretty cool. I'm very excited for this. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes into making a really strong melee build. And this is the thing, you could be like, oh, well, is it really worth it to put all this time and gear and investment and resistances and crushing? Yes, it is 120% worth it. And all I gotta say, I can kill Uber Diablo with my Zealot by just having him stand there, and he just wallops fucking Uber Diablo's ass with a bad weapon. That is absolutely not a main hand weapon. I can do it with lightsaber pretty comfortably at this point, but let that sink in. I can just beat on Diablo, the hardest version of Diablo, mind you, by just standing next to him, basically, and moving occasionally. And I can do it without even having to leave town, like, at all. I'm very out of practice with it, so don't be like, Seth, fucking show it then, prove it, dumbass. Dude, I had the 3 Annihilus charms. I think I can probably comfortably kill Uber Diablo. But then again, Uber Diablo is not the hardest thing in the game. It's pretty high up there, but it's not the hardest. Another... What's she doing? I don't know what she's doing. She's just kind of being weird. She's washing herself on the bed. So, another good example is that Zealot can just comfortably stand and do Hell Cows and not take any damage. And it's single target, yeah, but it's so fucking tanky. I can kill Hell Bale very comfortably, no resistance problems. Melee is very expedient when it comes to things, but it is very, very much a time investment. You have to be willing to be patient with it. And if you're just like, oh, but I want to join the season this year on Bnet, well, you're fighting a bunch of bots, number one. Number two, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but you are. Number two, there is a strategy to starting off a new season. On ladder, what you want to do, and I've done this every season before I stopped playing on Bnet, I've always done, the first character you make is either going to be probably, well, okay, I guess it depends on each person, but for me, I've always went with either Blizzball or like Frozen Orb and Blizzard Sorceress. That's really good, and then you can also work one up to maybe Chain Lightning Source is also really fucking tanky and strong. You can run pits really well, pits, tunnels, and you go to town, right? You just absolutely go to town on enemies, right? When it comes to the other really quickly expediency getting thing, this is why I say Amazon's very friendly. I'm just making sure she's not... Okay, she's just washing herself. Last time, like I said, she did this, she got really aggressive, and I had to put her outside. So, another really good one is Amazon. Get a Jabazon. That is absolutely one of the most friendly hell builds you can possibly make. Don't be fucking lame and do like, oh, I'm gonna do Hammerden. No, I'll tell you who does Hammerden. Boring, crazy, boring people. You don't want to do that. Don't be that guy, but hey, if you want to get your runes and shit quicker on ladder, I'm not going to stop you, dude. It works. I've only made one Hammerden, and actually it was late into me playing the game. I think it was right before I stopped working at my old job. I had a coworker who was... We played simultaneously, not in the same server, but we played D2 at the same time with him and his girlfriend as well. And he was like, yeah, I played Hammerden, I didn't like it. And I'm like, yeah, Hammerden's kind of, like, lame. Like, you feel really cheesy because it only has one problem, and it's very easily mitigated, which is immune to magic, which is a very, very, very uncommon affix on monsters. So, that's the thing. You will definitely have less problems dealing with resistances and stuff. However, let's take a complete look overhaul at my character, right? So, what do I need to be successful? I need IAS, I need Crushing Blow, I need pretty much high resistances to be able to face tank things, I need really good armor, I need high strength, I need high dexterity, I don't really need mana, but I definitely need high, like, vitality stats. I need pretty much 2 really good solid weapons. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. Like, I need to make sure I'm buffing and moving constantly. I need to make sure my plus skills are all set up properly. I need to make sure I've got my follower eventually upgraded. You know what a sorceress needs? She just needs a good, like, fucking staff, or spirit, or... You know, I'd say just getting a spirit shield is, like, arguably one of the more budget Hodos, basically. Once you get Hodo, you don't need it, or Heart of the Oak. And you're gravy, mate. You don't need anything else after that. You can just get, like, skins of the Viper Magi, and, like... Ooh, that's good money. You can get, like, skins of the Viper Magi, String of Ears, and you just go to town, right? Maybe 2 or 3 pieces of Talrashas, or probably
Impossible.
Ooh, what else is really easy? I'd say you could even just comfortably finish the game with like yellow enchanted gear if you're not even going for farming. But yeah, if you want to get your runes and shit really early, you want to get a sorceress or a Javazon because the speed, the efficiency, and you see Javazon is a lovely, lovely perk. Not only is she like one of the best characters in the game, Javazon has the very good luck in that your attacks are split damage. So if you get a lightning immune, which tends to be the most common problem that you're going to face, like, oh well, you just start using your split damage, and you use your Valkyrie, and she mops shit up for you. Problem solved. You know, there's so many little options with characters like Valkyrie, summons for any, even Boazon. I recommend making a Valkyrie build because Valkyries are so easy. They're such good like summons. They're probably the best summon in the entire game. They pretty much border on overpowered. I want to jump in there, but I know it's a bad idea. So yeah, there's a lot of little things that you can do for characters like that that are just so... I mean, they still require work. I'd say the easiest out of all of them is still going to be a sorceress in terms of gear, but you do need to know how to kite, you need to know how to move, you need to know how to deal with immunities. But the easiest is probably going to be Javazon, or Boazon probably, because they don't really require dealing. Well, maybe Boazon, because Boazon you need to have resistance problems too that you run into later. But they're very comfortable, they can cruise control pretty well, they're pretty reliable characters. Something like a Necromancer is a lot harder than a Sorceress because he requires more gear. Even though you can kind of do the whole thing with like, yeah, you can kind of cheese through the first couple acts of the game, even difficulties as well, without really having to deal with much. But once you start hitting the damage, like, walls, as I call them, like, of Nightmare, oh man, you can't just... No, you have to have your synergies with your skeletons pretty high up. A lot of players, myself included in the early days, would just pretty much pump as much shit on screen as humanly possible. Which is, it works, but it's not very good. And I mentioned before, Maggot Lair is a pretty good example of, as soon as you encounter one really bad pack, or just really bad map gen, yeah, that's when you start to run into problems. But Necro is pretty good. There's also the problem of you need corpses, and I've always been of the impression that if you're using, like, the golems, the only golem you need is probably clay. And even clay golem is just great for distracting things. So there's lots of characters that are easier to set up than, like, sorceress, or sorry, like a barbarian. Because I've seen a few people on, like, forums on Reddit say, like, oh, I can't do much damage with this, or I can't do this. And I'm just like, you know, you're probably not building your character properly, and that's just... There is a right way and a wrong way to play Diablo 2, and I don't know how much it is for D2R, because I don't play D2R, I play Plugy, because I'm an old person and I don't like that newfangled nonsense. I also don't support Blizzard at all, so... basically, you know, if you want to get a really, really good character, you have to put time into it. That's all there is to it. It's like RuneScape, you know, I've played RuneScape for almost 20 years, and we're really close to Kurost right now. This is not where I want to be. This is a bad time. So it's like in RuneScape, right? You know how long it takes Iron Men to get shit? Fucking ages. You can just be like, oh, I'll just get like some anti-fire pots. Oh, I need 69 fucking herb lore. That can take you a long time, and you can be like, oh, just buy the reagents. If you're an Iron Man, you can't do that. That's not how it works. So, alright, let's let's do it. Let's get our Frenzy. Allows you to swing 2 at once. Each successful increases overall speed. Requires you to equip 2 weapons. So, duration of 6 seconds per Frenzy. And we get our synergies from Dual Swing, Taunt, and Berserk. Not really worried about this. But that does look like it does say 1 magic. That's a really bad synergy, honestly. So, here we go. Now we're officially a Frenzy Barbarian. Yay! Monster, what do you think? You're just going to stare at me from across the room? Okay, that's fine. Cool. Alright, I've never done this before. 3 mana cost, and duration is 6 seconds. Okay, let's see what it's all about. What the hell? That's weird. I don't think that counts. I think you have to actually proc it on an enemy. I've never done this before, so this is a very new experience. I'll actually go into Kurast if I have to, because I'm not fucking walking through here again. Oh man, look at that. Look at that. Oh, baby. You just melt shit. That is... Alright, that's pretty moist. I like that. And look at that, we even get that little speed boost too. That is so cool. Alright, I like this build. This is fun. So, yeah, that looks like it procs right there. Okay, it looks like a little tornado. Okay, so that's cool. I like that. So I'm guessing each time I hit, I should get it, right? And I'm guessing it just adds a flat, solid boost, and I'm guessing my weapon speed is based on it. Okay, I do suck up a lot of mana, but I'm sure as I keep going, the mana cost gets lower, right? That's how most of these kind of skills work. For melee characters, the higher a skill goes up, the less mana cost it has. For sorceresses and what's it called? Wait a minute. Actually, I know what I can do. So we can do... This is something I actually know, because I read it, so I'm a little cheesy. So we can do double swing, and we can go, let's say, B? Can you fuck off? Thank you. Let's go with, actually, let's put on Z as our frenzy then, if we're gonna do that, and we'll put, yeah, we'll leave Battle Cry over there, because it's probably more important. So if we right-click, and we proc our jam, that doubles the speed of double swing. So let's see if that works. Oh my god, there's something really shitty in that room. I don't know what, but it's really bad. Alright, look at that. Oh, that's just badass, dude. That does so much fucking damage. That is so solid. It's a little bit of work, but I'm willing to work with it. So that's all you gotta know. I'm not gonna say it's bad. I've never seen a Frenzy Barb in action. I just read the descriptions and said, yep, that sounds cool. And I just slapped it onto a piece of paper and we started going. So, I'm probably not gonna rely on that until I get that, but I think...
I can't carry anymore.
Ooh, flail. My flail. Actually, we need to go back to town soon. Oh yeah, we need to go back to town. Well, let's just play around out here a little bit longer. That's fine. We need to get the waypoint anyways. So, alright, we'll go back to town now for sure, because we need to get the, what's it called? The fucking piece of bullshit from the thing. So yeah, that's actually pretty cool, because I know you can do that. You can proc Frenzy, and you can also proc Frenzy with Berserk, and you can get, like, really just crazy high damage rolls, and just really high proc chance. So that's actually really cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty neat. As far as usefulness, that's pretty high. Ooh, that's really high. Lightning res versus cold res. Let's see what that's all about. Cold res is a little low. Lightning is 50, so I'm actually gonna roll with that for a little bit. I'd like to go at the FCR, but until I get a better FCR one, well, that's gonna have to do. So you can already tell I'm very excited. I just gotta remember to buff. So Frenzy's gonna be on Z for now. That feels pretty comfy. So you see all this does, Battle Cry, by the way. The reason I chose this in the end of the day...
Not in town.
Oh yeah, that's right, there's a curfew. We can't do that in town. Is because I want to have that, like, buff, basically, of damage when I'm in, like, a boss pack or something. And of course it'll get easier as we go on. But double swing is just pretty solid damage as a left click, I think. I don't think we ever need to fuck with that. I mean, I could do B, but I don't think so. I don't think it's necessary to switch over. So, but yeah, this is basically just buff and stuff. So that's pretty easy. I'm not going to complain. Alright, so we need to find the Flayer dungeon. This is probably the most irritating part of the game. But that's fine. This is the only part of Act 3 I don't actually like. So yeah, that's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. Let's test this shit out. Alright, so it looks like we can. Yeah, we just proc it. Look at that. That's like fucking meat grinder. That is absolutely amazing. It doesn't take up a lot of mana, it looks like, yet, but it probably will if I'm not careful. So we can kind of keep our dual swing on left click, it looks like, for now, until I find a better solution. Berserk I might put on, like, B. Alright, this is definitely the Flare dungeon right here. So, I think this is a fine control scheme. This is a fine control scheme! I don't know about the defense rating being that useful, but as far as this goes, yeah, this is pretty good. I'm not gonna complain. Oh my god. I just want to, like, whack shit to death with this. This is so cool. Oh, look at that. You're just like a fucking... You're a race car, man. That's so cool. I'm not used to the way it works, but I'm sure I'll get used to it. It's not super complicated. I can just every now and then I right-click and I hit shit faster. That's... Alright, I can kind of visually identify when it goes off. That's not too hard. It's a 100% guarantee, I'm guessing, as long as I strike an enemy. That's what I'm getting from this. So... Alright, let's go ahead and get the Gibden. Where the hell is it? Because this is how the Gibden always spawns. Okay, that's weird. Is it going to be down here? This is a weird layout for it. I've never really seen it happen like this. Okay, so that's really simple. I guess as long as you touch something, you have 6 seconds to beat the living fuck out of everything. And I'm assuming the higher the skill goes up, the longer that timer goes. So, god damn it, leave me alone. I'm still really confused. That's Flare Dungeon, but that's not where the Gibden's at. The Gibden has its own map marker, too. This is a very strange situation. Or I've just walked completely past it. There's also that. But I'm not gonna whine. That's pretty good. Let me see if in a second here. Let's see. Next level would give 8. No, sorry. Walk run speed goes up, and attack speed goes up. I don't see duration going up, but oh, I guess it might go up as it goes on. I don't know. 6 seconds is quite a bit. I still think that's pretty fair. I'm sure it goes up at like higher skills, probably like as a diminishing return style thing. I don't know. I think it's good how it is. That's as it's good as it gets, you know. That's as long as I can say that, I'm happy. Where in the name of hell is the Gibden? Because I'm not stupid. I know what the Gibden looks like, but where is it? I don't think I need to tell Ormus, hey Ormus, tell me about the Gibden, but we'll do it, I guess.
Greetings.
Hey. Apparently we're still looking for the eye. Let me double check something, because I feel like I fucked something up. Yo! Kalim's eye. Yes, it's a big eyeball. Yo! Or not. Okay, fine, that's cool. You know, this is so weird. I have never seen this layout spawn without a... without a Gibden. Actually, you know what? It's probably above me in that overarching area there. Because it doesn't spawn in the Flare dungeon. It spawns on the outside and you can fight a unique witch doctor. Yeah, there we go. See, I'm not that stupid. I've never seen that generate that way before. That's weird. Alright, so... I love this. It's fucking great. Alright, where's Ua? Where is he?
This holy blade does not belong in the hands of the Zakarum.
Okay. I guess I just absolutely wrecked him. That was a very underwhelming Gibden quest. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was very, very much awkward. So let's go ahead and give that back to Ormus, I guess. We'll get some more pots while we're here.
Good day.
This magic ring does me no good.
Magic ring does me no good.
Yeah, tell me about it, Ormus. Ormus is so cool. What is that? 86 AR. Holy shit. Yes, please. I'll take that over the lightning res drop. That's a really good ring. For once, that actually paid off. Alright, I'm not going to whine about that at all. Holy shit. How many scrolls? Alright, I got 12. That's more than enough. Okay, we'll go into the Do the Flare jungle then. Or dungeon. So this one's pretty easy for a melee character because we can actually bottleneck stuff really easy. This dungeon's a lot harder when you're playing as a caster because there's a lot of stuff that can just come flying at you out of these corridors and just absolutely mess your day up. So that's something you gotta remember. I know there's a bone wand, I'm just not really bothered about it right now. So our resistances are fine. Poison res is max, fire res is almost max, cold res. Okay, that's fine. I still really would prefer to have a bit of both over nothing. Because, let's face it, I really do not want to have low res going into Nightmare, but there really isn't a lot of items I can make use out of. I love how I have max poison res. I'm going to go grab a poison shrine. Don't judge me. I'm trying to think of items in this area of the game that have that kind of like stats, but oh, excuse me, I can't think of very many. So it's, oh man, look at that. That's so cool. That is so cool. I can't get over how cool that is. I could probably switch it over to like ZXS or something, but you know, I think it's fine on right click. It's a lot easier to manage in my mind. But hey, if it ever becomes a problem, I can always change it. It's not like it's stuck in the, like the keyboard's just gonna say no, you can't change it, so. Oh boy, those are Stygian dolls. I don't know what they're called in this. Undead Flare. So these guys deal damage kind of like Iron Maiden when you hit them when they die. They deal their health damage, and once they get to hell difficulty, they are just basically a one-shot. You just ignore them completely. This is going to be a very dangerous enemy to deal with later on. Okay, so this is actually going really well. This is the last layer of the Flare dungeon. And I don't remember the reward for this. It's probably good. Oh, you can do that? That's fucking awesome! Wow, okay, this is the greatest fucking character I've ever made. I didn't know you could jump over barriers in dungeons. I thought you could only do it in the actual, like, overworld. That is so fucking cool. Oh my god, this is so neat. This is so rad. That is so awesome. I love this. This is so good. Nothing is better than this. This is so goddamn cool. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. I just turned him into fucking spaghetti. That is amazing. That is so cool. How can anyone hate this? This is amazing. Okay, granted it's normal and it's not very impressive, but still. Fire res, poison res. Not really in my best interest, but hey, it's nice to know I found it, right? So we found the brain. And a little eyeball, and I love that noise. So yeah, that's probably going to cover it for this one. I guess the next one will kill Mephisto, so I'll see you then.